Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for Batman Beyond number 4. There's going to be spoiler warnings later on, so if you haven't read your book, feel free to come back later. Now, I've been really enjoying Batman Beyond so far, and when I read this one and they revealed who Hush was, I'm kind of confused on this. And I would really like to know what you guys take on what the developments are for those of you who've read it. Now, I think so far the art's been good, the story has been pretty solid so far, it's kept me entertained, and for the most part it's still doing that, it's not slowing up, so that actually is really enjoyable considering how many other books are kind of in a slump right now because they're trying to build storyline. For the most part, Batman Beyond has always been moving along. They've always just given you a little bit more each issue to keep me going. So overall, I've been really happy with it. And once this series is done, I'm definitely gonna consider getting the ongoing, at least for right now, until there's a change in the direction of the stories. Anyways, let's get on with the book. If you remember last month, Hush was beating up on Catwoman, and Bruce sends one of his Batman robots after him, and for the most part, Hush is able to, beat it, mostly just because it's a robot and it's prone to electronical problems. One thing that I found was interesting is with Catwoman. Catwoman's saying, look, I have no connection to the old Catwoman, I don't know why you're bothering me, just leave me alone type thing, and then she reveals this. She's like, you want to know why I'm called Catwoman? And then all of a sudden, all these other Catwomen appear. So I'm kind of curious to see that angle of the storyline and how that's going to develop. Now, here we have a meeting with Dick Grayson. And basically, Dick is saying, look, I retired. I don't do this any longer. Watch your back, because Bruce is going to hurt you at some point in time. He's a dangerous person. And he goes into the story as to why he's no longer friends with Bruce. From here, we have again Bruce going crazy because his robot's not working, and then you have the different Catwomen giving Hush a beat down. Finally, Bruce is able to get his system online. The robot's movable again, but again, it's Bruce is making some pretty basic mistakes here, which kind of surprises me. Now, I understand he's old, he's not thinking maybe the way he used to think, but he's making pretty simple stuff, for example, the weak parts right here in the head, the fact that the power supply is right behind the bat symbol, it's things like that. Now, granted, where else you can put the power supply, but it's the fact that Hush is able to very easily dismantle it. Well, Bruce blows it up so this way he doesn't have to worry about it getting found, meaning he doesn't want Hush to get the technology of the robot. So then we go into Dick's storyline. Basically, Alfred was captured by the Joker. Batman and Nightwing go in to save him, and he's talking about the cape. Do you know why Batman uses a cape? Well, it's because basically it's misdirection. It's when you have a person in the cape, you're going to fire your bullets, and most likely you're going to miss the body. All he has to do is just twist the body in a certain way, and you're never going to, the odds of you missing is greater. Well, the problem is Nightwing landed right behind the cape, and he got shot up. And basically Bruce felt guilty of it, which, is something that he would feel. But instead of going to visit Nightwing, what he did was he just sent Alfred with here's your costume, and said, there's a new one waiting for you in the Batcave type thing. So that was the rift between the two. Well, he gives his alibi, his comm links, things like that, to prove his innocence. Well, let's fast forward a little bit here, and Batman and Hush are battling, and if you notice, he's all scarred up here still, and it's relevant to the coming up scene. Hush pretty much beats Batman pretty soundly, and he reveals that the age of Grayson is starting. Now, this is what I'm really confused with. You have two different Graysons. One is the Grayson who got shot up by the Joker, missing an eye, and you have a Grayson which is scarred like Two-Face. Because if you notice, I don't know if you can tell, but here, most of his face here is scarred up. So I'm really confused as to what they're planning on. There can only be one, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens next issue. So far, even though this has me wondering, overall I'm still enjoying it, and just hoping that they won't let me down as to when they explain everything, because it's pretty much impossible for that to be the same person, just in the sense that there was that conversation while the Hush was fighting Catman, so it's impossible for them to be the exact same people. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that do you think one of the dicks is basically which dick I should say do you think is real? If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it on the side. Rate the video up or down, subscribe to the channel, and I'll have more reviews up later.